Alright, so let me fix that. What is up, guys and gals? This is Brandoncoin tuning back in live in the mining cave. Today we're actually going to be selling all our graphics cards and buying ASICs. Just kidding, I have one ASIC. This was sent over courtesy of the Technicals. He's not running them right now because they're so unprofitable. And I looked it up. And for the power consumption, this is an Antminer L3 Plus. You can see that. Yeah, these things burn more electricity than they generate in Litecoin for sure. This is a Litecoin miner. I think it burns like 800-ish watts, 800, 900 watts, and it does 500 mega hash on Litecoin, which is a script coin. I'm gonna run it temporarily up here just to, I don't know, play around with it, make this video, show you guys how to actually hook it up, and show you the power supply I'm using. And also, let me touch on that subject right here. The power supply is from Parallel Miner. Oh, they have it wrapped up pretty good. Ooh, if I can get it open. There we go. There we go. It's a server power supply, but it's one of these long, skinny ones. I have no experience using these, but after calling and talking to them on the phone, which those are some awesome guys over there. This is not sponsored by Parallel Miner, but they had these power supplies, which it's an 1100 watt, it's 110 or 240. It'll do 1100 watts on both. It's a platinum rated power supply, and it comes with all the cables and stuff. You know, all the cables you need to run an Antminer L3, and it was on sale for 35 bucks, so you can't really beat that. But yeah, so we got the Antminer L3. We're gonna hook that up, get it running on Litecoin. I'm currently down a rig right now, so I'm going to use the power that I would be using for this that rig right there. That's a 470 nitro rig. I'm gonna use the power outlet that I had that one plugged into to run the Litecoin machine for a day or two. Then I'm going to be moving this Antminer over to a friend of mine's up in the top. He's got the top of his shop that in the wintertime he has to run a little heater up there to keep the pipes from freezing because he's got water lines running in the top of the building. Nobody goes up there. He said it doesn't matter if it's super loud or not, but he just needs a little bit of heat. And I was like, well, I got the perfect machine. We're going to try to put this Antminer up there, run it throughout the winter, and yeah, we'll also be able to get some rates for it daily because I'll be able to log in and see what it's actually making. That way it'll be on the daily hash rates and see if it ever does turn profitable. If not, I am splitting some of the what it does make with him, so he's essentially getting a heater that's going to make him a little bit of money. I end up making a little bit of money, you know. The Technicals gets a little bit of advertisement out of this, so the Technicals link in the description if you want to go check him out. He's a miner that makes videos that are just better than mine, pretty much any way you cut it. But yeah, Matt's an awesome guy over there, and he's got a Lamborghini, so that's cool. But yeah, let's get this plugged in, and I need to quit saying because I need to get out of here. It's hot up here, man. It's hot. Woo! All right, so first things first. I need to get the breakout board for the power supply. This is not like the HP common slot power supplies I've been using. This actually has like battery terminals on it. It's got a positive and a negative. So you'll have to find the specific cables that are for this power supply. Like it has the 6+2 pin, but then on the other side, it's got a black and a power and a ground essentially. Oh, got a hair in my mouth. Ew. And then that will have to go one onto one side and one onto the other. I don't remember which one goes to which, so I'm going to look that up real quick because it's not necessarily 100% obvious on here, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have the all the cables hooked up. That's kind of a pain in the butt. They're not exactly easy. They come with the spade in, and they really need to come with like the circles or whatever. I don't know exactly the words for it, but they're all on there. The way the diagram shows is the negative is on the, I guess, left side if you're looking at it like this. from the top, and the positive or the power wires are on the right. So yeah, now this plugs into, this is the breakout board, plugs into the back of this power supply, like so. And then to give it power, all you got to do is actually plug it into the wall. It's set to always on. So before we do that, we're actually going to hook up the 6-pin cables to the actual Antminer. Alright, so the Antminer has 9 6-pin plugs on top, and this has got 5 leads coming out, and then it's got a splitter on each lead. So to split it into 10 available connections, and we have 1 connection left over. So there's 8 6-pins up here, and then 1 6-pin right there. Now if you look at the front, obviously we got to give this a LAN connection. So the rig that's not running right now, this is its LAN. Plug that in, bam. Then now the only thing I have to do is give this power supply power off of this. So let's flip the switch and see what happens. Alright, so it sees some internet. Default light is not on, so that's good. Reset light is on. Don't know what that's about. Or no, that's just reset button, maybe. IP report. Oh, I don't know what that does. Let's go downstairs and jump on the computer and see if we can't find this thing. Because to configure it, you have to do it through another a device. You can't. There's no I/O on this. There's no video out or anything like that. So let's go downstairs and check it out. Alright, so we're back downstairs and I'm on a computer. The next thing you need to do is log into your Antminer, and the way you log into the Antminer is you literally open up an Internet Explorer or Chrome or whatever, and you need to go into your router first. So typically that's like you'll type in 192.168.1.1 or .0.1. All routers are a little bit different. The best way to figure it out is actually go and find your router, your wireless router, or whatever. And on the back of it, it'll have like a an IP address for it, and then that's the IP address you actually type in to get to it. So for example, mine, I have an ASUS router, so it had an IP address and also like a little web address like ASUS router or router.asus.com, and that takes you to logging into your actual router. I don't want to flip this around and show you because it's got some compromising data in here, but then you'll want to go into your network and your devices, and it'll show you everything that's connected to your router that's inside your network. And all those IP addresses are going to start out with 192.168.something.something. So just so you know what you're kind of looking for. I found my Antminer on here, and I'm going to copy the address. Bam. Alright, and I'm going to type it in. So mine, for example, is 192.168.50.something. This is only going to be temporary because I'm only running it here for a very short amount of time, then I'm moving it. So every time you unplug it and plug it back in, it may assign it a different actual IP address. So that, just make note of that. What was mine? 150. Okay. So now it actually wants me to log into the Antminer. It's asking for a username and password. I don't know what that is, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so for the Antminer from the factory, the username and password is root, R-O-O-T, and the password is root, R-O-O-T. So now that we're actually logged in, let me flip the camera around. Alright guys, so this is the actual Antminer like user interface. Obviously there's like the IP that I use to connect to it, but you'll have to note if you do unplug it and plug it back in, your IP will change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these settings here, so when I move it to my other location, I don't have to log in on their network and change anything. Once you save these settings, then they should be good. But I'm using litecoinpool.org, and the worker name is going to look like this. Now if we go over to litecoinpool.org, you have to make an account, mine. I just made one real quick to test it out, but my account name is Brandoncoin, and then when you go over to my account workers, see you have 2 workers. This one was for my Moonlander, but it's like username .2. That's for getting 500 mega hash. That's for the actual Antminer. So you need that Brandoncoin.2 or whatever your username is, whatever you want the worker name to be. So this could be test or whatever, but Brandoncoin.2, you take that over to the Antminer user face, and then worker is Brandoncoin.2, if that makes sense. Then it can make a connection. Your URL is going to be the stratum for the pool. Every pool's got their own stratum, and you'll be able to figure that out by looking for it. I mean, they just it kind of tells you when you use a pool. Litecoin pool's really easy. Once you sign up, it asks like what region you're in, and you can just pick it. This is for US. After you do that, you just save and apply, and then you can go over to your pool side and watch it do some hashing away. So this one's doing 500 mega hash. I'm gonna let this probably do it overnight, and then I'm gonna be moving the machine over tomorrow. But yeah, pretty simple, pretty, like, you know, easy to deal with. Some people are like, oh my gosh, is it profitable? And at my house, Litecoin mining calculator, I'll show you how unprofitable it actually is. So we're doing 500 mega hash. Our power consumption, oh, this is Bitcoin. We need a Litecoin. 500 mega hash. Our power consumption is 800 watts on this, and our cost per kilowatt is 10 cents. So 0.10. Pool fee is 1%. So to run this machine right now with Litecoin at its like $43 or whatever, it's losing 30 cents a day, $2.33 a week, and it's losing $9.97 a month. So in power cost, that's $57 a month. Woo, that's a little bit right there. And $700 a year actually. But now if Litecoin goes up and you want just to get a little bit of Litecoin, you might be better off actually just buying it actually. But if you have free electricity, like in this case, I'm going to be getting free electricity to run this machine, it absolutely can make some money. Let's see. Now let's go down to power cost 0. So at free electricity, it's making $1.59 a day, $11 a week, $47 a month, and $579 a year. I only am allowed to run this for free through the winter to offset some of his heating costs, because he was going to run, you know, electric heaters up there anyway. So I'm doing an 80-20 split with him. I'm keeping 80%, he's keeping 20%. So I'm probably gonna get, you know, $1 a day, and I'll take it, you know. So I probably got the next 4 or 5 months left, and of enjoying this, and then we'll revisit this profitability later. So guys, thanks for watching. This is Brandon on Brandoncoin. If you have any questions, please just comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.